And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Redskins. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. Oh, able to avoid him. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now Gordon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Room here to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. This is Breida. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try to throw here. Kaiser. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Kaiser now. Going underneath for Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
Here's Thompson to return it. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll look to throw here. Josh Doxson's got it complete. Josh Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doxson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Kaiser. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. Completes it right side to Dodson. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Set. 319. 319.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And an Allen to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Underneath for Johnson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Now back to throw. And Davis with it left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Gun, 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 gun.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Richardson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Packers. In for the score. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Redskins. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Bird. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Gordon can't break through against this defensive line, and the Redskins are able to come up with a goal line stand. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Leopard! Detroit!
Oh, a quarterback sneak on 2nd down. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll start the 3rd quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. They're down here in the 3rd quarter trying to get something going. Going to the outside there didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Right back to him on 1st down. And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's Breida. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes You got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They run with Breida, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th.
Here we go.
They'll throw here. Kaiser. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Looking to throw. It's brought in by Dodson. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Now Johnson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
Over. Set. 319. 319. Detroit.
They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Over the middle here to Brown. The 30, 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. John Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. Crosby connects on the extra point. Back now at FedEx Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Over.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Gun.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is no good. Oh, by a matter of inches, he missed it wide to the right.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Kaiser now from the 50. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now it's Breida. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Kaiser now. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Let's go. Grand 38.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Packers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Kaiser to throw. And able to find Graham. Complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. Kaiser now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The Packers on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Kaiser. Rolling to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home.